Wow, this Terrence Gangsta Williams, a.k.a. OG Giggity, a.k.a. Mr. Answer Right Back, a.k.a. the People's Champ, Terrence Williams. I'm hanging out with my boy, Taste of Fame, and we all want a taste of that. Check it out, exclusive, baby. Wow.
All right, it's your boy Taste right here. What's shocking to me, Gangsta, this is what's been shocking to me. Mm-hmm. I know you lived a wild life, but you talked about killing Birdman over Sterling. Mm-hmm. Why would you say something like that? Explain that a little bit more.
A lot of people don't realize that when you in the streets and you locked in with certain people, they are your brothers. They the ones that's going to war with you. They the ones that's holding you down. So at the end of the day, you gotta be ready for whatever. And I never viewed Bird as a brother in the streets. Because I knew I could always go count on Sterling. Sterling was right there in the mud with me. So I looked at Sterling more as my brother versus even my brothers that my mother had. This was my brother. This was the brother that was spinning the band, that was down, rocking with me every day. This was my brother. Never crossed me. We never had problems. You know what I'm saying? I think one time he did get mad with me. He got mad with me one time. About I had brought this female. The female played on me. She was older. I liked her. She was fine, pretty. She was like, "You walk me to McDonald's? You know, you gotta go around from Clara to 6th Court." And Sterling lived on 6th and Willow. And he was sitting out on the porch and his girl was up there. So this lady here, this broad, she knew Sterling lived with this woman. So she used me to go see where Sterling was at. And when I walked around that path, he saw me the next day. "Why you brought her in?" I said, "Brother, girl said go walk with me." I ain't know what she used me, right? He was fussing. It was Sterling doing it, and it was me and Stone. I don't know if Ski was right there, but we was right there. Sterling was fussing, me and Sterling fussing back and forth. But that's how far. That's as far as that went.
Okay, so it sounds like he was a real close homeboy. Like he was your blood brother. Like,
yeah, but you know what's crazy? Me and Mosquito were closer than all of us.
Really?
Yeah, it was real because we come up together from youngsters.
And you probably explained this before, but them being so close to you, how did Sterling die and how did Mosquito die?
Me and Sterling were together when he was killed.
Really?
Yeah, we was together. Mosquito had just dropped me off, and like about 30 minutes later, he got killed.
So back to back? So Sterling got killed?
Right.
You were with Sterling, he got killed after Mosquito dropped y'all off or dropped you off?
No, not the same thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was like a year later, but I'm just saying how I was either with them or just left them when they were murdered. You know, sometimes you have best friends, y'all kick it, but then you don't hear from them in a long time. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden you like, "Man, I ain't hear from my boy in about 2-3 weeks. Man, how you doing?" Then, "Oh man, so got killed." See what I'm saying? It's different. Mm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And describe how Sterling got killed, him being with you.
We was in this project out downtown. Hey, holla at this dude named Mumsy. He was supposed to be a big dog in this project. So it was already some beef going on with the Magnolia and this guy's back here at this project anyway, but Sterling was cool with the big dog back here. So we go back there. And Mumsy like, whatever happened, I run back here. I know what's going on. Go through me, all this little stuff. But it was a shooter back there from uptown, and him and Sterling had robbed him and kicked him in his butt. So by Sterling man downtown, he spotted Sterling. Oh, there you go there. He came around, had the mask. We looking at him like, "What is it? I thought you said it's your project." What? So we tried to take off running, and he just shot because me and Sterling didn't have no gun. So he struck like 7 times in the back of his head. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. So that happened during that time. That was like your brother. Mm-hmm. Did you try to get some get back or did you?
Of course, we thinking it's this project. All the while it's right by our house. We all the way downtown trying to go get these guys. All the while it's right here by our nose.
So, and a lot of times, it takes a while for people to show themselves. How did y'all figure out that it was the project that was close to y'all?
Because one day I was driving and a dude wanted to talk to me. He flagged me down. Yo, so you the one who killed stuff? Yeah. I said, what you? Man, his story. He tried to say, man, he stepped in my boy's shoe at the detour. I said, like that, you killed my senseless murder. Man, but I want to talk to you. We need to holler. All right. So as he talking to my people, my brother coming up the street, creeping up the street. I'm like, no, y'all chill out. Because I didn't want them to shoot long distance. Because I was like, anytime a person gonna stop me, tell me who you are, then there's something wrong with you. It's a death wish, you know? So, matter of fact, like this, shot us, say if it's a street right here.
Mm-hmm.
Say that we driving straight towards you, but then I make a turn. So if I make that turn right here, I'm gonna be able to look back and see who behind me.
That's right.
So as I was turning right there, he was right in the truck, a red truck, talking to me.
Mm.
I was like, oh, you, so I put the face with the name.
Okay.
All right, got you.
You locked in now.
Yeah.
Okay. And you lost Mosquito after Sterling?
Yeah. Let me tell you what's crazy. When we was at Sterling funeral, the police say, everybody step in. It's a possibility it's going to be a drive-by shoot. Possibility now. Drive-by. They ran and rushed the funeral. Knocking over everybody, knocked his grandma down, knocking stuff down. So me and Sterling was dressed alike. So I go to the coffin, lean in there, hold him. My brothers, all them up their guns and stood in front. Me and Sterling, shield us. Mosquito wanted to get some gun back. He wanted to get us some gangsters. So he runs out the funeral, the back door, run around to the front, run right into the police. Go to jail for a gun.
So he was about that life.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So he went around the corner and ran into the police.
No. Like, since the funeral home right here. Just the front. Matter of fact, this is how this made right. This building here is the funeral home. That's the front door right where you at, the front. That's the street out there. We in the funeral home, everybody running and rushing. Mosquito run out the back, door, come around back to come up front to try to see if it's really a drive-by. Is it really gonna be some shooting? He run right into the police. Lock him up, get 7 years for that, go to jail for traffic ticket, and they make mistake release him.
So at the funeral, you got 7 years
for that gun.
Oh.
Then they make mistake release him though from jail. And he got killed.
Oh, okay. So he's fixing to get 7, he got released.
No, he got the 7.
Okay.
But he got sentenced in criminal court, and he went to the little misdemeanor court, and they released him. So one day in the project, it's nighttime, he come back there looking for me. I'm like, man, what you? Yeah, man. He said, I just come looking for you, man. Such just got his girlfriend just got into it with some dude back there. Come ride with me back there. But I'm already living back there. So I'm like, all right, cool, just bring me back there. That's cool, let's go. Go back there, we didn't see the guy like, man, mama, bring me home. We're right around the corner. I remember getting in the shower, put my pajamas on, I laid on the sofa to watch TV, and I got that call. He just got shot in the car. I said, nah, man, just drop me off. Man, I called the carrier, called the price to pay for him. I said, yeah, man, he got hit up. I said, he alive? Hold on, pass the phone. I said, is he alive? Man, hold on, pass the phone. I said, hey, is he alive? He said, man, I was trying to fan him, man, but hold on. They passing the phone. Called my brother, yo, man, come get me, bring me the carrier. Brought me back there. We go in the courtyard, driveway, the back driveway. No, not the courtyard, the driveway. It's a long driveway come around. It's not be nighttime. You know, you might have one little street light where it's dark over in the cut over it dark. But where he was laying on the ground on his back, like he was reaching for a gun. So like the little light, the little lamp, whatever the little pole light they had back to that driveway, you could see him, right? So I walked right up to him. He laying right here. I walked right up to him. He hit up his face. He hit up all over the body. Then I looked down at him. Then I looked over to the cut. I see all of them out the carrier bunched up over there. I said, no, I just asked him, was he dead? And I could clearly see he's dead. I said, oh, all right, they won't play. Good. But now, mind you, either the day before or 2 days before, I was back there.
Mm.
So the dude I'm cool with, he like, man, he acting straight, I gotta go. So Man, somebody sent me that picture. Somebody sent me that picture to pay for Brother Cali.
The picture of the county.
Somebody sent it to me. Like, boy, you did the paper you were talking about? I forgot where I put it. Let me see. But so as we just back there chilling, right? This little youngster fussing. He fussing about somebody making more money than him or something. So the guy I'm cool with, he's like, man, I gotta go, man, I gotta get back here. It's like I gotta go handle it. He acting strange.
Been fidgety.
The little dude sitting on a basket, and you know how like we about to put a move, and I look up at you like, oh my God, like what's up? Like that, right? So it's three of them out there. The payphone right across the street. At this time they got a store. Man, somebody said I gotta remember where did I put it at? They got a store. But the store closed, where the door, you can't go in the store, but you know how they had that window? They still got that open. So, we the four of us, all of us walk across the street. One of the dudes grabbed a payphone. So I was like, man, something ain't right. I said, boy, let me call my people and let them know I'm back here with such and something happened to me. I go to grab the phone, and the guy who on the other phone, he like, nah, dog, don't worry about that phone. He said, it don't work. Now, you really can't see this picture too good. You see this picture?
I can see it.
All this Decalio right here. All this Decalio in this club.
Okay.
I'm talking about they deep, hold on. They deep in this club, right? I'm right there with them. With the brown on amongst them.
So you right there.
I used to run with them. We used to run together.
Yeah.
You know? So, and there was some steppers now. So, I'm trying to see somebody that sent me that picture. It was like, just to pay for me, talking about the store back there. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So, anyway, I forgot what I sent it to. I sent it to one of my people. Because like when people send me stuff, I send it to their thing just to hold it. So if in case I need it again. But he's on the phone. Say it's like I'm playing like, yeah, oh all right, oh for real? Okay, cool, yeah, that's right, that's good.
And it don't even work.
No, like what it is, it's like you can tell it's a fake conversation. So when I go to grab his phone, he said, nah, don't use that for that phone, bro. So now he's trying to keep me off the phone. But you know, you gotta think. I say, yo, tell him call his number on three-way for me. You got three-way? Nah, dog, they don't got three-way. Bro, it's the late 90s, everybody got three-way.
Everybody.
Oh, they trying to bake me a cake now. I said, oh, they trying to get me. They trying to get me. So I was like, oh, man, I left my money. Because I'm in the Lexus, I'm in a GS300 Lexus, the white with the gray at the bottom. We just call it the bubble back then. So I jog across the street, skip across the street, get in that car. I stole that car, I mash out.
Gone.
Then right after that, mosquito got killed.
And
Okay. One of the same dudes, the same three that was out there for me, one of them was one that pulled that trigger, and the other two was just out there.
Did you ever find out who it was, kind of like with Sterling's killer?
Yeah, I found out who it was.
Okay.
I know who all of them.
So those are like the original Hot Boys right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, and I know you probably said this before. So this is the original Hot Boys. How did y'all get so close?
All right. Me and Mosquito grew up together.
Okay.
Not really good together. Like I was cool. Like Mosquito house set back here. My best friend Rodney Yankee house set here. Like, you know, you got a house, like this the block, you got a house here, and then you go in this alley, got another house behind there. That's where Mosquito house was at. So Mosquito would get on this bicycle and pop a wheelie and ride blocks on one wheel. He was the only boy.
Popping wheelies.
Yeah,
that's good times.
Fact. So we would go to Popeyes, and Popeyes, okay, I don't know, they still do. They got these apple pies. No, not the apple pies. Pecan pies.
Oh, okay. See.
Okay, you know that little tray they come in?
Yeah, the little silver.
Okay, back in the day, Popeyes had the gold ashtrays like that. We would go there, steal ashtrays, take the scissors, cut it, and we would make gold teeth
Okay.
out of them, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Back then, if you were in middle school, you got a mouth full of gold girls crazy about you, right? So, yeah, I had my gold. I'm in school. I had cut school, but it's lunchtime, so I'm talking to this dog-skin chick, like the little cherry curl, the mushroom cherry curl shape, this big red female. I forgot who the other person was right there. But as we stand up talking, man, this broad just took her hand and put it on my teeth and it fell. I look, I just took out right there, they just laughed at me because they knew my stuff was fake.
Yeah.
Right? So one day I was cutting class and Mosquito come to school late, and he walking. He said, something, I caught a little shot. I said, whoa, you don't see that with the, nah, man, stop jockeying. Who you talking to? I got a little mad with him, right? And then right after that, this is a chick who I said, call my play sister. I think her and I was in the same class. Mosquitoes would go with her. So sometimes we'll go hang out by her house, her and her other friend. And Mosquito would walk back there. So, well, our house, we were living in Magnolia. So when you come out to Noya, come up the street, you'll get to my house first, and then you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to get to the Mosquito house.
Okay.
So it had to the point where we both just walk home together, cause we stayed right around from each other, you know. And then this dude named Ernest, who used to go with the girls who called my sister, his girlfriend, big sister. Her boyfriend brought us around to the neighborhood called Second Daniel, and we started selling weed around there. And then he graduated crack, and then one day the dude was choking him, trying to jack him out his crack. I shot the dude, I shot in the head. And Sterling found out about it, right? So
Sterling found that.
Yeah, so he looking for us. So one day we coming up the project, Sterling on a bicycle. We walking, Sterling on a bike, we walk past each other. I mean, we walk past him, he pedaled on the bike, he stopped. We stopped. He like, who that is? Well, who that is? Sterling. Oh, this T and Mosquito. Oh, y'all the one who shot my boy? Yeah. All right. He just pulled up, rolled up. Then this was like 90, because I would later on see Sterling in 93 in the OPP in the parish.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool. We got cool because me and his girlfriend was cool. So I got cool with her. And me and him just, oh no, Mike, they had Robert from juvenile jail there for a attempt murder on robbery. So Mike took a comb and razor and called himself, gave me a little ball favor, had me with a pole.
Fading you up.
Yeah, man, he messed my head up. So, Sterling them, like, you know how you have a person, like, say if it's me and you talking, and he over this way, right? And I on my periphery, I can see him laughing, pointing at me, right? So every time I look over there, Sterling stop. So I've been talking. Every time I look here, stop. Then he came over there while I was talking. He said, "Man, I'm gonna fix it for you. I'm gonna fix your hair for you." All right, fix it for me. He had beat this dude up. He got transferred.
Oh, so Sterling could fade.
Cut the hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the comb and the razor.
Okay, he cold then.
Yeah. Dooney, I had knew from juvenile jail. And in juvenile jail, the jail I broke out of, the juvenile prison I broke out of, Dooney was the big dog for his hood.
You say you broke out of it. What you mean by that?
I'm gonna tell you. So that's how I met Dooney, because he's the big dog. So it's already familiar with Dooney. So when Dooney called a murder case, we all in OPP, the old parish jail with adults. And I'm looking in the window like, oh, what's up? I'm talking to you like, man, I'm going to that know you. Got an auntie leave right there. I'm going to kill everybody. He's playing around, right? So Sterling got out, then Dooney got out. And he's always go by my mother's house. My mother, tell me some crazy black boy be coming away asking about you. That's all they're doing. I said, I'm going to call back such a time. He was there. Man, what's up? We'll wait on you to come out. I was like, all right, I'll be there. So how Sterling and Dooney met, they met through a guy that they both knew they was going robbing. And then one day, it didn't go right. Some of the day they was about to go. Dooney's like, man, where's Sterling? I ain't going to Sterling. Sterling said, I'm Sterling. He's like, oh, all right. So them two already get on the street. Me and Mosquito in jail. So I come home, till Mosquito come home. And we just start running together. So
So y'all just connected. So it seemed like it was meant to be.
It's genuine. It's real genuine. Because here's the thing. Like this Willow Street. My mother lives right here on Willow, in the project. Walk right down here. Doing the auntie live right here. Now this 6 of Willow was when we were back New Slim, where everybody knew it. Soldiers them say small time no dealer started out on 6 and Willow.
Mm-hmm.
This 6 and Willow right here. You walk right, come right here on 6 and Willow, walk right over here. It's the courtyard. Sterling live right up here on the 3rd floor. So he could literally come in his window, look and see Dooney, auntie, and yell down and see me down the block.
You can see y'all.
Yeah, that's what we was on the same block.
Okay.
Now you still on the same block, but you can walk outside the project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Mosquito mother live on the same street though, outside the project.
So y'all together?
We all right here.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's how we clicked. But then we had a few more homies in the project that was running tag with OG Boogie Black.
Okay.
Before them, Mike George, they didn't go to. They been locked up since 1992 for homicide. They didn't commit.
1992.
Yeah.
Ooh, Freedom Brothers.
Yeah, man, and they didn't do it. Bro, we was 3 juveniles. Me and George was co-defendant for the juvenile. I broke out. He went AWOL. Mike went AWOL. AWOL meant back in the day in juvenile jail, if you stayed out of trouble, you would get a furlough. So you go home on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. Yeah, so some people wouldn't come back.
They gone.
Right, I broke out because they kept dragging me. I'm like, I ain't got time for that.
So that's how you broke out?
My co-defendant, Bryce, his brother, Lack, get this dude that trap jail. They pull up in a big regular car with lights on. And all right, they got an infirmary up front. Like the infirmary sitting right here where I'm at. Go down like another little distance, maybe like where the front door at. Nah, I'm gonna say where that fence at over from here. They got a boot and that's the front gate. Front gate wide open. But on this compound, they be riding the horse. They got the Jazz down, the Suburbans and all that driving on the compound. Compound. So we go running up front. No, we sit down. The car come on the highway. So what I'm like, man, that they go right there. I said, dang, go ahead and sit down. It's broad daylight. They got the headlights on. So they go around, come back. I said, so we jump up and start running. I try to be slick, right? Because I see the gate wide open, but they got this chubby officer in here. He come out and he, in a way, trying to grab somebody, right?
So you gonna shake him?
Yeah, but at first I was up front, but I'm trying to be slick. So I try to go around the boot, thinking that this is open, where I can just run around, go. It was a fence right here. So I'm bringing back in jail. I'm trying to, so I hop the fence. Everybody in the car except for me.
You almost up.
But I hit him, bop, jump in the hit my head, jump on the car. We mash out, right? So we get to the bridge, go up the bridge, police car, everybody get behind it, they stop. Me and my homeboy Toto, he jumped out. Lack gave Toto $25 for us to survive to get back to New Orleans. Jump out, I said, I'm gonna jump out with it. He too wild. Jump out with him, we running down the bridge. You want me to jump down that? Yeah, I jumped out. He jumped out. Running this neighborhood, the little neighborhood, take our shirts off, hop the fence, get over another fence, go in this little shed. We hear, oh, they running somewhere. Here go their shirt, they running somewhere. Oh man, they gonna catch us. Then on that night, we go steal some shirts. Because the people the house who shed we was in, they had put some clothes up on the clothing line.
On the clothing line, yeah. So you and Toto.
Yeah, they Toto got. I got a picture of Toto too. Toto like my color with light brown eyes.
He still living?
Nah, he got killed in '96 when he come home. Bro.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. So
So y'all like Prison Break out there.
Yeah, man. So I don't think I said we here. I'm trying to find that payphone while we talk about. Back there, the Cali, I'm trying to find out the store and all that. But anyway, Toe come on. I didn't want to go back and pick him up. We were supposed to go break Toe back out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I got my freedom, man. I ain't about to do that, man. I said, bro, listen, this car keep breaking down. How we gonna get away with the police come out?
So after y'all got the clothes off the hanger, y'all end up getting into a car. After y'all got the clothes from the clothing line out the shed.
No, what happened? Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you. What happened was, we got the clothes. It was nighttime. We ran up front. I saw a dude come by. We ran back in the back. Then I saw I saw a guy and a female. So we ran back in the back. Then we go back up front. There's a guy. I said, hey, come here. I said, man, I need a screwdriver so we can break steal a car. He said, no, you can't steal no car right here, boy. I'm gonna get y'all a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Go down and wait at the abandoned house down there. My partner gonna come and pick y'all up. So I'm like, why we gotta go down here, man? They might be a setup, so they're trying to get us.
It sound like it.
We go run down the street, go wait in the car. They got the police passing by and all that kind of stuff. So the dude put his phone up, blow the horn. Come outside, we jump in the car with him. He brought us to this ballroom. They got the window where you can look out in the parking lot and see the cars parked out in the parking lot. He wanted to steal a car right there. I'm like, ain't no telling who looking out and they got a gun on them.
Too many eyes.
Yeah, I'm not about to steal no car in front of the ballroom. They got the big glass right here where you can look out. I said, nah, man, we ain't gonna do that. He brings us on this little avenue like where they got a bar on the corner. It's nighttime. We hit a car. So I'm thinking he about to show us how to hit the highway to go back to New Orleans. He brings us to this this open parking lot to search the car. I'm like, man, he want to shake the car down. So we gave him $5, get him some gas. That lady told $20. Dude said, look, go right here, keep straight, don't turn. I'm going straight to New Orleans. All right, thank you. So as we driving, I'm tired. I got one foot on the brake, one on the gas, two on the steering. I'm driving, tired. So I see a police up ahead. I said, oh, Tony got a robot set up for us. So I'm about to turn it off, right? But I'm like, nah, man, they ain't gonna set a robot for the Judah. We just broke out. We didn't shoot nobody, do nothing, you know? So I kept going. And then the police had to pull somebody over there, the 18-wheeler. So as I try to speed to get behind the side of the 18-wheeler, call me, because the police car over here, they got a police car ducked off in the dark over here. Like, oh, man, so I had to slow it down. We made it back to the city. Then told the last two to make it back. They were so scared and told his president they killed him. Because he was young. I was supposed to show them. He was young and wild, man.
So he was just a loose cannon. He wasn't playing.
Not at all.
So they had to kill him.
Yeah.
Old Toto. Now he sound like he's solid though.
Oh yeah, solid rock.
So whenever you say the original Hot Boys, would you consider him part of that or not really?
Not really. Not because he have to 10 more.
Okay.
But that's still my brother though.
Okay. And why the name Hot Boys? It could be the Willow Boys. Okay.
Yeah, it could. See, Hot come from this. That's Toto. See, Hot Boy come from this.
Rest in peace, Toto.
It come from if you're in the neighborhood and every time you look around, the police looking for you. You're in the neighborhood, every time you look around, somebody trying to take a hit, trying to kill you, come through there looking for you. You're in the neighborhood, female might come through looking for you. Dressing nice, ride nice, so people looking at you like what? A hot boy.
We're hot. We're blazing. So the cops looking for y'all, the females looking for y'all, the block looking for y'all, so that's where they came from. And you the last original Hot Boy.
Yeah, but you know what though? Out of us four, yes. But before us, you had, like I said, you had Mike and George. They didn't go for murder, they didn't commit. You know, you had Killer Stone, he's deceased. You had Disco, his brother, he's deceased. Logger Black, Skiboo, OG Booby Black.
Are they ever getting out, or they just
Booby Black out, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mike out too?
No, Mike and George almost did it. Listen, bro, it was 3 guys. One dead, one had life, and the other one never been in jail. never went to jail for that charge. The one who had the life, he told Mike in front of me, man, you know that was me that killed the boy or that challenge. What? Look at Mike go to trial, get found guilty. He was on another murder, he go to trial, he get found guilty. So they up there in Angola, you know. Man, take your truck, man. Take it in, because if I beat this, I'll be stuck with that. Why they let the man out last year? That man would have took that truck, he'd have been stuck up there.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
So that's why he wasn't talking.
Yeah.
He like, Mike, you had to eat this.
You gotta eat this here, so he home, that dude home, man. You know. So Mike them fighting to get out, but and they really didn't do that. They really innocent.
Really innocent.
Yeah.
And they got him in. After seeing and listening to Boosie, he always act like the prison system in Louisiana just crazy.
It is.
Like, it's like that. Like, don't get caught with nothing in Louisiana. So, so man, I can see how that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, even talking about Boosie, what do you think about that new indictment on him?
It's not a new indictment.
Oh, it's not new?
No, because they already had him indicted the first time for something. So they just came with some slick stuff and hit on, and I heard they put the drugs with it down.
Some drugs with it.
Yeah. So some people, man, just double check. No. Because they're not charging with the same thing. They come with a different offense on it.
Do you feel like somebody out to get him? That's what it seems like from the outside looking in.
Yeah, everybody, there's a lot of people out to get him, But yeah, keep back. It's not like it's not like Boosie the celebrity that's staying out the way. That's just doing shows or doing parties or, enjoying life and out the way. He out and about, moving around, you know what I'm saying? So he gonna be a target. Young black man driving all these foreign whips, owning all this land in Atlanta, building all stuff, man. People don't like to see that kind of stuff.
You gotta move in silence.
Thanks.
Yeah, you gotta move in silence.
Yeah, man.
So someone that's been in prison. Boosie's been in prison. You've been in prison. Where do you think Boosie's mind is right now? If that same thing was happening to you right now, where will you be at mentally?
First, trying to secure some money. I need to get this money because I got my children that rely on me. I got these different business things I got going on. So I want to secure this bag, keep this business going because I'm going to need lawyer fee now. I got to go to war now. I'm going to need some lawyer fees. In the event I go to jail, I'm going to need money from a commissary. Because everybody not going to see, like when Jizzle was in there, a few people in the industry sent them thousands. Like one time he want to say, he called T.I. to holler at T.I. went to Africa, sent them 5,000.
Mm.
I said, 5? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the world?
That's solid.
Yeah.
He did that?
Yeah, T.I. did, BG did an interview and say that. So I'm looking at the end, I'm like, man, tip about 5? That's a big money. Usually probably I see 100, 200 out.
That's it, yeah.
Man, said that, man, 5,000. I said, yeah, that's tip balling. I mean, I know Tip had that bag.
A big bag.
Yeah.
And so that's what you do, just getting prepared if you had to go in. So when you were fresh out, did you have in your mind to go straight back to the block or try to hit some licks? Or what was your mindset fresh out of jail?
Fresh out of jail, my mindset was, what am I going to do now? How am I going to survive? That's when all my little cousins start coming over to my house. And I'm looking at these little young boys. I said, it got to be family because my mother and my little cousin, Jessica, not saying nothing. They all coming in. And then it looked like one of my cousins, because they were little boy when I left. I said, they look, but they all strapped. So in my mind, I'm like, wow, I got to build an army right here. We could take over New Orleans again. I said, nah, boy. I never took over New Orleans, but, I was like, we could get us another little block. So I was like, man, these little youngsters out here, wow. Different kind of tools, different foreign names. I was like, man, little young boy, wow. But then as soon as it went in my mind, it hit me. Boy, you just did 23 years, 10 months, shut up. You thinking crazy right now, you know what I'm saying? So I had to shake back. I got myself right together, but as far as that, I didn't want to, I didn't have no desire to go back to the block Because I just feel like I still have my life locked up. So for me to come home finally, just to go home, go back to jail, man, because I just see too many dudes come back. Violation. I'm like, man, I just pray, I said, God, just give me one chance. I'm like, man, what's going on? Man, it's hard out there, man. Well, put me out there where it's hard at. Let me see how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I didn't have no intentions on going to the block when I got out.
So you didn't want to sell drugs or nothing. I know, to me, that's normally the first thing. Like, I need some money. These folks ain't giving me no job. Let me go break something down.
And that's usually what dudes do. You know, your average dope boy, he used to get money, and now when you come home, it's a struggle. Well, see, I use reverse psychology. In my mind, I'm used to materialistic things. I had Mercedes-Benz, Infiniti, all that stuff, clothes, jewelry, you know, money, girls. But now I'm older, I'm like, I know they will hide you in prison. Or they'll put you there, they'll hide you in there. So my thing is, take your time, be patient. If you don't have it in here, it is what it is. You know, you gotta hold it away. Now if I was coming on my late 20s, early 30s, I might want to still do a little stuff, you know? Crank it up a little bit. But,
just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Let's spin the block a little bit. But I can't do that. Too old for that, you know? So my mind just be on enjoying life, making me $1 or $2, while I can go to Popeye, Church's, or Krispy Kreme donut, bro.
Oh, you like that red light, huh?
Donut fresh, nice and warm.
Burn your lip.
Yeah, bro. Big fact.
So do you think it will be a Hot Boy reunion?
Yeah. What?
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, so why? Like, whenever you answer that, you sound like you believe that.
Yeah, I believe it. You know, we gotta see. It could be a Hot Boy reunion. We gotta see who are gonna perform in it. That's the thing. We have to see who's all gonna perform at this Hot Boy reunion. Are they trying to X Turk out, or they gonna let him participate, or they gonna be like, look, man, you just do your part, stay away from me. I'm gonna stay away from you. Just do your little verse, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of fans been screaming for that. They want to see that.
We need that.
Yeah.
But Turk, has he always been like this? Or is this something new, him fresh out of prison?
Well, you know, we grow. We all change when we grow. You can be a cool, good boy coming up, but once you get older, now you start to change. Like I used to tell people, even my children, I'm like, I don't know you no more. When I come on, I gotta get to know you all over again. Boys, don't play. I said, no, think about it. What you used to eat back then when I was out, you might not be eating that no more. Or you might be eating something new now. So there's a lot of things that change with women that when you come on, you gotta, unless you had a woman that was riding with you your whole bid, so you know her ways, you know the moves playing. But if you ain't see a woman 10 years, thinking you get out, well, yeah, I remember Shaw, I remember when she like to play this game, but that game, man, that girl ain't going, that's a woman now. She ain't doing that no more, you know? Or she might like this type of food. Now she don't eat that no more, she eating this now, you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes you gotta get to know the person all over again.
Okay, so with Turk and BG, what's the beef between them two?
BG upset with Turk about that Whack 100. When Whack 100 pressed Turk to try to get Turk to say, yeah, BG a rat, all Turk did was tap dance around and yell, it worked, say what it say. So my thing is, Turk, you should never entertain that part because BG your brother. So at the end of the day, yeah, he should just, man, I don't want to talk about that. Man, how to jump? We're gonna talk about something else. He should have curbed it, but he didn't straight say, yeah, you're right. He was like, man, I read what I read. It said what it say, what it says. You know what I'm saying? So that was and just with BG jumping on Birdman's side now too. I think because of that Journey champs. That's what I think it's about. You know, matter of fact, as a matter of fact, BG got a diss song he about to drop tomorrow. And he was like, yeah, the Hot Boys gonna get back together. We're gonna spin again and something. We're gonna spin back around again. He said, but I ain't I ain't make it. And then he hung up. I mean, he stopped the music. I was like, oh, what's you about to say? I ain't making it with Turk? With it? So one dude would put about, man, I got $100. I don't care. Man, I got $100 if BG said, though they said, I got $100. I think BG saying that Turk a rat. First, the other way around, I said, man, you sure you? Yeah. I said, you want to cop out there and give me 50? Nah, man, all right. Free money. So I believe BG said, because I ain't, if you got to listen to it close. It sound like he disinterred. But that's their beef. See, people think it's about all kind of those small petty stuff. It's about.
It's about that.
Yeah.
So, and he right, I can understand that. If y'all brothers, like, why you gonna do me like that? So
That's what I was looking at. I was like, man, this your bro. How I would do it, my brother, I would be like, he not here to defend his honor, so I ain't gonna speak on it. Now, Turk did say, let me holler at him. I'm gonna holler at him about that. He did say that, but you still did too much for us. The work it is, so people, Jill looked at it like, man, he supposed to tell him, man, don't play with me, that's my bro, keep it pushing. But Whack 100 come back and say, oh, Turk wanted me to do a favor for him, so that's why he entertained me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
And do you think Birdman is pushing it?
Of course. Come on, bro. You know Birdman got to be behind it. He the voice. He the big dog. If Birdman want to stop something, man, go ahead and chill that boy alone.
And what are your thoughts on this? I don't know if you ever answered this, but as a fan, I want to hear your perspective on this. Birdman and Young Thug conspired to murder Lil Wayne and were involved in an April 26th shooting. Now that's an old article. But is that fake news? What do you believe about that?
I don't believe it. And the reason why, because Bird loved Lil Wayne too much. He loved him too much, but I've been hearing how the people been trying to throw Bird in that conspiracy. But if they had enough evidence or had proof that Bird really was trying to get rid of Wayne, man, be locked up. I don't care how much money you get, you a black man. You going down. Come here, boy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't believe that, so that's fake news.
Listen, bro. Birdman not going against nobody. One person who first is Slim, his children, then Wayne.
See,
Wayne might be even with the children for real.
So I want to hear your perspective, because I read that years back and I seen it and I was like, man, I want to ask Gangsta about that one, because I was believing it. You know, I was a part of the masses, so whoever spread it, that I was believing it.
But you gotta understand, if Young Thug tried enough, so if it was true, they'd play that. Or he'd be locked up.
You're right. They would have added it. Okay. And you said that you came up with the idea to kill Mystical. Wow. Man, look, Mystical, man, that's a legend right there.
Yeah, Mystical was powerful.
Powerful.
So he was on his label back then, and then they beefing with BG and them. They were like, man, we got it this game when he comes to fall. Like, man, look, we're going to do a concert, we're gonna whack him. To lead him. So, no, we believe in our orders. Y'all need to leave Mystical alone and let them, do their thing. So when we did hit the block and make sure it was good, though, talk with Meena, pull up on Mr. Meena. When him had a talk, he talk about it, I talk about it now, because he mentioned in his book how I pull up and gave him a little slick warning. Yeah, I ain't to play by my people, man.
Hey, you at least look. That's real though. We ain't gonna talk about it. I'm gonna come straight to you, talk to you face to face. And are there any other celebrities or artists that you wanted to kill when Cash Money was just starting, similar to that Mystical situation?
I don't know. What you say?
I said,
man, I just blanked out.
No, you good. I said, hey, you good.
I'm so tired.
Hey, we're going to edit that.
Yeah, please.
I'm almost finished.
I've been up since last night.
When you went to sleep, you were done.
Yeah, look, he just a little bit. Yeah, he good.
I thought I seen him earlier.
Bro, we did live last night from
Yeah, you
from
on.
1:30 to
Yeah, you on.
5 to 6 in the morning.
Y'all did what?
We go on live. We got a podcast. We do from 1:30 to 6 in the morning.
Yeah, he's on. I seen him on there.
Damn.
Every night we do that.
Every night.
Come on, let's go.
Look, I'll get you. Now, I said, are there any other celebrities or artists that you wanted to kill when Cash Money was just starting?
They were local back
Local.
then. You know, the local, because you had Big Boy Records, you had Cash Money Records. And Big Boy had some talented artists over there. You know what I'm saying? They had Partners in Crime, that Pump, they had the City on Lock. Ghetto Twins. I think Cain and Abel was over there, I'm not sure.
Cain and Abel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, Big Boy Records had a nice squad.
Okay.
He had some talent over there, man. So we was like, man, hopefully they don't shut down, what bro them trying to do,
So was there any one of them like Mystical that you just like, let's set this joker up?
No, because I felt Mystical was the more the threat. Because he had that unique voice.
He did.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, he was lit. So you may not even be able to answer this one.
Let's go. Let's see.
But who killed Soulja Slim? What can you tell us about that situation?
I got in trouble talking about that. I can't talk about that.
Okay. Hey, like, man, leave that one in the past, man. Leave that one in the dirt.
Yes, people still alive.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all, Kevin, you can go do your own stuff.
Hey, nah, we're gonna let that one go. We'll let that one go. But I'm gonna ask you this one though. Why did Juvenile get mad and storm out of Blad's interview?
I don't know.
You never checked that? I wanted to ask.
Vlad showed him storming out?
Yeah, he was just getting mad the whole interview because I was looking forward to it. We like Cash Money.
Yeah, Juvie stormed out of there?
He just left. Like he started getting an attitude, like me and you talking right now, and his voice just started going up and up and up and up. He was like, "Shit, I'm gone."
I never seen that.
Does that sound like Juvenile? Does that sound like something he'll do, or he somebody need to be provoked?
That's going back to what I was saying. Remember I said earlier, how, like my children's mother, I did half of my life in prison. I don't know you, I got to get to know you all over again. When I left Juve, we were young, BG, Lil Wayne was so young, I'm calling him, "What you doing, boy?" I'm in the car with my girlfriend, about to drop her off. "What y'all was there doing?" "I want you to do, boy, you haven't said, that ain't changed." That was, you know what I'm saying? So, Juvie, I remember Tanuk, cool beatbox with his mouth. He had a 740, I remember the 740i or the 740 blue BMW. Then he got the red Cutlass with the chrome, the drop top. Always want to challenge, get the best Reebok. He was cool. So now when you see, the older you get a little, and you be like, I don't know, that's not the person I knew from back. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't put nothing past nobody as possible. But I never seen that thing with him storming out of there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I might have to go do some research now.
Yeah.
Say that. Like for him to just jump up, storm. I wonder what it was Vlad was asking him.
Yeah, he just I don't think he liked the line of questioning, but he just started getting mad and he was like, "Shit, I'm done," and left. Yeah. So moving topics right here. What are your thoughts on the election campaign and Kamala Harris?
Donald Trump. I want Donald.
Why you want Donald?
I know what I'm working with. I know he don't like blacks, but he would give. He would help out a little bit. Kamala Harris responsible for locking a lot of people up. She's responsible for that. So while I want to see history for a president, a woman president, and black, well, that'll be big, but not her. No. Let Trump get back in there.
Yeah, look, we need some checks, though.
Yeah.
We need them.
Let's go, Trump. Try to take my boy out.
Hey, you think that was fake? the assassination attempt?
At first I did, but now I don't think that was fake.
Okay.
I think they really tried to off my boy.
Try to hit him in the ear.
Yeah, I think they tried to take my boy out.
Okay. I only got a couple more questions left this time. How do you want to be remembered? So, Terrence Gangsta Williams, Terrence Civilian Williams, and what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
On both of them, gumbo. I need that gumbo. Let me tell you why. Because a lot of people say, man, you come home, hit the ground running, you've been doing this, you're giving back, okay, cool. But for the people who see my story, they got to see all the bad stuff I went through to get where I'm at, to appreciate what I'm doing now. So you need all that. You need that whole gumbo. But you need all my bad, don't hide none of it. Bring all that to the table to say, he been through all this here. Staff shot, car wreck, juvenile life, state, federal life, 23 years, 10 months, now he home on the internet. Who would have thought that? So yeah, I need everything. Because if you think about it, take Malcolm X. When he do the story, they show from how they come up. He was raised, right, with the little perm, the hair. I don't know if he was a pimp or playing with the bras or whatever, but you know, it shows, you can always show how a person come up, where they come from, look how big they are, you know what I'm saying? The impact they had on the people. It's gonna always show that kind of stuff, so I want to be remembered for everything. And because they need to know my bad, because, you know, a lot of people, because they're gonna go dig it up anyway. Whenever you get somebody that been infatuated with you, once you're gone, they go looking at your work. Oh, this is a great body of work. Oh, he was able to build this museum. Oh, this school, he did all this. This is very good. I like this guy. Oh, this guy left money behind. He left a legacy. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
You want to do that research. Oh, it was a killer. Well, you did all kind of. Oh, Betty, come here, baby. You see this? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want all that up front.
Okay.
So that'll give Betty, Joanne, all the white women a chance to let their husband know, I'm backing you up, baby. Let's support this.
Okay.
Up front.
Up front.
Then, you know, later on, like, oh, I didn't know that. And they go to calling Susan and they on the phone chatting about me. I'm in my grave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want it all.
Okay. And this will be the last one right here for this one. No one really knows much about Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Slim.
Slim to get money back. We talking about brother Slim?
Yeah, your brother Slim.
Slim to get money back in the day. It's sort of like I always picture this a movie with a gangster vibe of Slim versus a quiet, laid back, cash money Slim. That would be a bad, because it's like I'm in the streets, get money, play with me, make touch, play these games, but my face clean with the connect. Nobody ain't run off my money. Nobody ain't never robbed me. They never get beat up. We had to fight with Tech 9. But other than that, you got a clean record. So you can imagine a movie with Slim in the background, all the work coming in, and he dishing it out to Bird, and Bird hitting the block, he just in the cut, in the back. Slim always been quiet, witty, smart, and a thinker, just like he is today.
Okay. And you said Take 9.
Yeah, the rapper Take 9.
You got into it with him?
Well, yeah, because Birdman and Yellow Boy was fighting, and then Tech 9 jumped in and stole off on Bird.
Okay, so your brother got to step in.
Yeah, was Tech. Yeah, I was so mad about that. I wasn't looking for Tech.
Mm.
Yeah, it wouldn't have ended well for Tech. I would have called Tech.
Okay, you was trying to find him.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Me, I'm talking, we cool to this day, but yeah, and I know there's a few people who still don't forget Tech behind that.
Okay. And did you ever know Master P any? Did you ever run across him or not really?
Let me tell you something. If you go to Fed magazine, Master P states, I got it at my house. He said that he had a run-in with me at a park. He said he didn't know me, I didn't know him, but they was telling him that, oh, that's wrong, you down with your cousin. And he said, he said, and it's sad because Gangsta widened up not having nothing to do with it, but I'm like, I ain't never ran into him at no park. Because I was young and ignorant.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been no talk, there wouldn't have been no understanding. I mean, and that park out.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that, so no, I never met Master P or ran into Master P, but according to P, yeah.
Oh, okay.
To do that count? But nah, man, I ain't never run into P.
Okay. Nah, that's it right there for today. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yo, I'm so tired.